and welcome to video number 5 in our SEO series, where we're talking all about boosting your SEO. That means your website visibility with images. Now, pictures and images tell a story. No matter what business it is that you're in, your website is there to tell the story of you and your business. It could be telling the story of how you got started, what your primary focus is, what your product and services do, success stories of your clients, whatever the case is, whatever you're sharing from the pages of your website, everything is telling some kind of a story, and pictures and images help you tell that story in a much more clear and concise way. They strengthen the message that you are sharing as well as your SEO rankings. So let's talk a little bit about pictures and images. Having just one image on a page is sometimes all you need to tell that story. You don't need to have a ton of pictures, just enough to tell the story of that page. Now, if you're an interior designer and you have a portfolio, you're probably going to want to have multiple pictures to tell the story of that particular project or that particular focus. But if you're not creating a portfolio, if you're just wanting to share your recent blog post or tell a little bit about you and how you got into your business, one image is enough. But you do want to make sure that the images that you are using are very clear and sharp. You don't want something that is fuzzy or pixelated looking, because it's just not going to look good on your website and it's not going to make you look very professional. And you want to make sure that it supports your post or page content. So a great example is on the contact page, you could share a phone if phone is the best way to reach you. But you wouldn't want to share an elephant, because how is somebody going to reach you with an elephant? What does an elephant have to do with contacting you? Nothing. So that's what I mean by making sure it supports your post or page content. All right, now one thing I want to point out here is respect the royalties. It is really easy to find images if you go to the Google image search, but now all of those images are licensed to be shared on your website. And so you want to be really respectful. They're entrepreneurs as well, the photographers taking those pictures. And so you want to be respectful and not steal images, but respect the fact that this is their business. Don't be afraid to ask for permission. I once had a client, she's an interior designer who absolutely loves gardenias, but we didn't have any good pictures of her design work with gardenias. And the picture that she was using was just a gardenia, which didn't really say, I'm an interior designer. So I went out on Pinterest and I found an image that was absolutely gorgeous of a living room that had this huge bouquet of gardenias. And I just reached out to the people who took that picture. They're a florist somewhere here in the Midwest, and asked them, can I have permission to use this picture? It was a beautiful living room that fit her design style, and they were more than happy to say yes. They just asked that I gave them credit for the photo, which of course we did. So don't be afraid to ask permission for the photos that you find that are perfect for what story you want to tell. But don't feel that you've got to go out to Pinterest or Google search images to find that stuff. There are a lot of great resources out there for royalty-free images. Unsplash.com, 100% free, and lots of incredible images out there. Canva is one of my go-to resources. I do pay for the premium version of Canva, so I get all of the images out there as part of my subscription. But even if you have a free version of Canva, there is a ton of images that you don't have to pay for, and those that you do are typically only $1. Pexels is another great site that not only has images but also offers videos that you can use for your website. Kaboom Pics is a favorite because she has just some really fun, neat pose or images that you don't find anywhere else. And then if you're looking for something a little bit more, you can always look at the Adobe stock images, where it is a subscription that you purchase, but you can get them for about $3 an image. I'll be honest with you, friends, I would not pay more than $3 for an image. There are some sites out there that are charging anywhere from $10 to hundreds of dollars for their images. And it's just not necessary to spend that kind of money when they have these great resources available to you, and most of them are free. So let's do a quick little exercise. I want you to pick one of those sites that I just referenced, and I'm going to suggest unsplash.com because it's the easiest search out there. And go ahead and type in the search for one of your keywords or phrases that you've come up with that you're working into your content. And just type that in to see if any great images pop up. Now you may have to try a couple different keywords and phrases, but you should be able to, within a matter of 30 seconds, find some images that work great. And then go ahead and download any of the images that you love, that you think are a great fit that would work on your website, because we're going to put those to use here in just a moment. So go ahead, pause this video, head on over to Unsplash or whatever site you want to use. I'll show you the links again here, and go ahead and download a couple images, and then come back and let's finish this video on optimizing those images to be put onto your website. All right, so now that you've got some images to work with, we are going to optimize those images for SEO. The first thing that I want you to do is title your images, and that means by saving them on your local computer with an actual title, not whatever generic title they came with, but a title that means something. So use your keywords or phrases. Page or post title is a great way to name those images. So every time I create a new blog post, the image that I upload has the same title as my blog post, because we know my blog post title has my keywords in it. And then once you get them saved to your computer, you can upload them to your website. And then I want you to copy that image title, whatever you saved it is, into the alt tag of the image. Or if you're using Squarespace, give it a file name. Now I've got individual videos for those of you out there who are using WordPress or Shopify or Squarespace that you can look to see how this is working. But this is how you optimize your images, is by naming them. Name them before you upload them, and then name them with an alt tag. And then if this option is available, I know WordPress it is available, you can add a hyperlink to that specific image. So anytime somebody finds it, it's going to link back to that page or article that you have added this image to. All right, now let me show you why it's so important to name your images. If you go out to the Google search or image search, type in IMG001, because a lot of images are uploaded with that generic image name. Look at what we have here. There is stuff all over the board from different websites, different places, and none of this is related at all. But if you were to go, and this is just a generic example, because not everybody's going to be searching for web designs by Teresa. But if you go and search for web designs by Teresa, look at where I show up. Excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words. Look at where I show up. All but about 4 of these images here are web designs by Teresa associated with. They may be from my Pinterest page or from a colleague's Pinterest page. They are from my website, from other people's websites. All of these are associated with me. And so this just shows you the real estate available to you when you take the time to tag your images and make them easily searchable. All right, so that is it for this video. Tune in for the very last video in our series, where I am going to be sharing with you the #1 thing that you must do to boost your visibility in Google. And let's just be honest, friends, Google is the go-to place. Yes, I give some love to Bing and Yahoo in this video series because I know there are people out there who use them, but Google is the place where everybody goes, and that is what I want you to be setting your sites on. And so in our next video, I'm going to show you the one thing that you need to do. If you do nothing else from this series, you must do this one thing. All right, good luck. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will see you all in video number 6.